Thank you all for coming in today. What I do is I'm an animal intuitive or an animal reader or an animal pet psychic or a communicator, whatever you want to call it. And I have clients that book sessions with me. I do most of my work over the phone. I don't need to be at your place with your dog because I can do that. I can transport myself over there and through your animals, I see what's going on in your house. Whether you want me to or not, they tell me what's going on. So that's kind of what I do. The main focus today is going to be on body language. There's many, many ways that we communicate with our animals. And what I do is not just intuitive work, I do energetic work, saying that people's energy and the things that they say and do and act has an influence over their pets. And then I do behavioral training as also. The behavioral training is for the people. Okay, and I kind of help people, teach them to shift their energy and behave a little bit differently so they can influence their pets. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be doing things to influence your pets. Okay, so we're going to talk about body language. The first thing is, okay, when you're walking your dog is your basic communication, okay, with what you want them to do. We're going to talk about dogs. We're also going to talk about cats too. Okay, this specific part is about dogs. Okay, your leash is like your telephone line. Okay, that is your method of communicating with your dog. If you have multiple dogs and you want them to follow you as you being the pack leader instead of the dog pulling you on a leash like this, okay, you really want them to walk. I mean, you know, pretty much one finger should do it. You know, Bert will pretty much follow me wherever I go. It's not that he's had a whole bunch of training. He did have to go through training to be a canine good citizen. But he pretty much follows my energy. So as long as I stay calm and I'm like in the moment and I'm communicating with him, he's going to do the same thing. Okay, so when you're walking your dog, come on Bert, let's try showing him. When you're walking your dog should always be by your side. Okay, if he's in front of you, if he's pulling you, he's asserting his leadership. Ha, who's got a problem with dogs pulling them? You do? Okay, all right, we're gonna use you as a volunteer if you don't mind. Okay, one minute, let me just demonstrate a little bit more. When you're walking, okay, left foot goes forward, the dog goes with you. You know, I just gave him a little signal, that's what we're doing. Okay, if the dog stops, if the dog pulls you in the front and you're waiting, you should really wait for him to not pull you, and if he doesn't, just turn around and then go the other way, he's behind you. No big deal. You might not get very far, but that's not the point of the exercise. Okay, the point of the exercise is really for him to walk by your side. So why don't you come on up here? Now I'll give you Bert. Okay, so show me how you would walk your dog.
At the end of the rope?
However, how do you walk your dog? Now turn around because you can't go much further. See how good you're doing? You want to go out there? We can go out there. There's more room. Here, we'll show people how to walk their dog. Come on, you walk Bert. Now, if you notice, Bert is actually in front of you, right?
Yes.
Yeah, well,
I can't fit.
You guys can't both fit, I understand. Okay, so when you're dealing with a longer leash, let's shorten up the leash a little bit. So make the leash a little bit shorter. Okay, now I'm going to ask you to do one thing. Put your hands behind your back like this. Okay, now follow me back. That's it, he'll figure it out. Okay, the reason I have her walking with her hands behind her back, if she has her arm, you can relax your arm. Both of them. There you go. If she has her arms down and she has a dog that's pulling her, okay, she's going to be in competition with that energy. She's not going to win. That dog is always going to be in front of her unless she corrects the behavior. So that's what we're addressing. If you have your arm behind you like this and you clasp one wrist with the other hand like this, you are now in a neutral position, okay? You're not fighting with the dog's not pulling you, you're just in a neutral position. So go ahead, let's try that again. You go anywhere you like. Yeah, now don't look up, keep looking straight. Atta girl. There you go. Now he's saying hello, but that's okay, you're in charge. Have him go out there with you. Okay, now if you notice, she let her wrist go. Okay. All right, let's turn around and come back. He's just being very social. Thank you. You don't have to talk to him. You're talking with your body language. That a girl. Come on over. Don't you just love being the volunteer? Here you go. She's doing it. She's doing it. Good job. Now, okay. Are you tired, or should I get another person to pick on? You're good. Okay. All right. Another thing I want to comment on is posture. Posture also sends big signals to your dog when you're walking your dog. Did you know if your shoulders are back, you are actually giving off, and it's so funny when I say that, I see a couple people going, my shoulders are back. You know, they're kind of correcting themselves. If your shoulders are back, you're actually giving off more testosterone. Okay, dogs are very sensitive to that. Pack mentality says the dog with the highest level of testosterone is going to be the alpha dog, or the dog in charge. Now, if you put your shoulders forward, okay, it's a sign of lack of self-confidence, and you're giving up your leadership. It's just a natural thing that happens in your body, okay? It's Amy Cuddy is a scientist over at Harvard, did tons of studies on posture and testosterone. So, and again, shoulders back. So let's correct you, shoulders back. Awesome posture. Doesn't that feel better?
Yes,
Okay, it does. She says it does. Okay, now shoulders back and march out there again with Bert.
Hey, come on, Bert.
He's we're going again. Bert's really good at these demos. That's it. Now, if you watch her body language, come on back. And sorry, you know, I should have your name by now. What's your name?
Angela.
Angela, come on over, because we're like friends now. That's it. Okay.
Good, my dog.
Bert is good, huh? Okay, now, when she was out there in the hall and she stopped, she kind of shifted her weight like this. And went, okay, Bert. So, what I'm getting at is equal stance, equal balance on both legs. Okay, stand like a tree. That's what I tell everybody that I'm working with. Okay, so equal stance is kind of the Wonder Woman stance, you know. Shoulders back. Okay, Angela, let's see you walk back. Look at her, she's getting all set now. Shoulders back, at her girl. She's making sure Bert's still there. And he is, you brought him back. Yay, good job. Good job, very good job. Okay.
I'm gonna try that with my dog.
Yeah, see how easy it is? The other thing is, the reason that your dog is pulling, number one, it's, you know, it's that whole pack mentality thing. He's not really respecting you at all. He's gonna just like walk all over. And German Shepherds, we have Dachshunds, you know, it's the Germans, you know, they just, I'm in charge right now. And so then you have to step in and say, nah, I'm in charge right now. So if you try doing what we just talked to you guys about today, demonstrating how to walk, and again, you know, you're walking very slow, the dog is walking right here, dog takes one step in front of you, nope, you're not going anywhere, you're gonna wait till they sit down. They don't sit down, turn around. Okay, now I'm leading you again. You're not gonna get far. This is an exercise, it's a behavior breaking exercise to train your dog not to pull on a leash, to make sure that your dog is walking right by your side. Yes, another question?
Yeah, will that work for a hyper?
Will it work for a hyper dog?
Yeah, she's a
Miniature
miniature schnauzer.
schnauzer. Well, yes, it does. It works for any dog. Energy is energy, and you're the way that you give off your leadership to your animal, whether it's a cat or a dog. It's the same way. They're going to read you. It's going to work for any kind of a dog. The other way that we influence our animals is through our facial expressions. There are over 3,000 facial expressions. Okay, Paul Ekman is a big, very well-known social psychologist. He's the one that came up with the show Lie to Me. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of that or anything, but okay, if you're familiar with that, that is modeled after Paul Ekman. So he's the one that studies facial expressions. He'll tell you there's over 3,000 of them. Each facial expression has a different energy that's related to it. When you smile, when you're angry, when you're frustrated, okay, they're reading this. You know, dogs and other animals are used to read different signs for people that are diabetic, for people that are going to have, you know, a heart attack. They're used as service dogs. So animals in general are very, very sensitive to all these kind of things. Your facial expressions have a lot to do with how they're going to respond. Why? Because your facial expressions carry energy. Okay, guaranteed, you can't be happy and still stand like this. You're gonna be happy, you're gonna be up, you're gonna have more energy, you're gonna breathe differently, which leads me to the next category. Our body mechanics have a lot to say as far as influence our pets, okay? Your heart rate, okay, it accelerates when you're more anxious. It accelerates when you're angry. It slows down when you're in a relaxed mode, okay? Your breath is gonna change in relationship to your heart rate. You're gonna breathe differently. You're gonna fast breathe, you're gonna slow breathe. So your body mechanics have a lot to do with how, your facial expressions and your body mechanics together now have a lot to do with how you're communicating with your animal. Okay, again, breathing fast, breathing slow. Now the last part of communicating and influencing your pet is in your voice. Okay, if you have a fairly neutral voice, hey Bert, good boy, good job, you're doing a good job. I'm just talking neutral. You know, he chewed up something, which he wouldn't do, but he chewed up something in the house. Okay, shake it off. Okay, clean it up. Don't deal with it because you didn't see him do it. You didn't see what your dog did. So what you're dealing with is your own emotions as a reaction of what your dog just chewed up. So you gotta be totally objective, you gotta be neutral, and just kind of let it go. Your thoughts have an energy to them. What you're thinking, if you had a bad day, it's gonna affect your body language, it's gonna affect your tone of voice, your sound, it's gonna affect your breathing. So your thoughts are just directly connected with everything else. If you put yourself in a room 20 minutes a day, that's all you need, and relax and listen to quiet music, do a meditation tape, listen to something or other, okay? 20 minutes, that's all you need a day to stay relaxed. Guaranteed, your cats are gonna start coming out of wherever they are, they're gonna plant themselves on your laps or next to you, even if they have never done this before, and sit with you. Because cats automatically, instantly, faster than dogs respond to energy. So if you're relaxed, you're in a calm state, your cats are also going to be relaxed. Anything that you have with your pets, you know, you kind of look at it as you're the mirror, you know, of them, they're the mirror of you. If you have a dog that's running around in circles and urinating in the living room, you know, being a little bit hyper and crazy, it happens. I've seen it. I've had clients like that. After you dig a little bit, you know, you go, well, the owner's kind of running around in circles too. You know, family might be in slight turmoil or a challenge, you know, going through different things in their lives, and you're not aware of this. But all of a sudden, your animals are going to start acting a little bit differently in your lives.